Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to BWTM Sports and Gaming. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, do smash the subscribe button, do smash the like button, and share this video. We really appreciate all the support that we get here. You knew this video was coming. You knew this video was coming. You know, before we got into social distancing, there were people that were practicing social distancing well before coronavirus, well before, we were talking about lockdown. There were people that were practicing this religiously for a long time. One person that comes to mind, and I know some of you are going to slam me already for saying it, but it's the truth. Mr. Social Distancing himself, Anthony Joshua. This isn't a Joshua's bashing video, but it's the truth. This man single-handedly has shown us, along with Hype Room or Mismatch Room, whichever way you want to call them, how not to conduct yourself as a unified champion. When Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder got together to fight for the heavyweight championship of the world, the unified heavyweight champion of the world was nowhere to be seen. When Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury went to fight in the rematch, again, the unified heavyweight champion of the world was nowhere to be seen. When Deontay Wilder fought Luis Ortiz for the second time, the unified heavyweight champion of the world was nowhere to be seen. At the negotiating table, when it was all said and done, when the 50 million was produced, the unified heavyweight champion of the world was nowhere to be seen. Who was to be seen was Tyson Fury. Anytime, any place, anywhere. Lockdown or no lockdown, the Gypsy King has proven he'll go anywhere and fight. He'll fight you in your backyard, quite literally. He went to Germany and he beat Klitschko. He went to America. He beat Deontay, the Bronze Bomber, Wilder. With Joshua, stipulations, negotiations, and a whole lot of fluff. Ultimately, this lockdown, if you're not careful, you can begin to believe what a person says to be their truth. Joshua said before the lockdown, he said that he had no focus on Wilder. He didn't want to ever mention Wilder's name again. And what happens? We go into lockdown. He's now talking about Wilder again. Why? Well, because his own value has dwindled. Nobody cares about the unified heavyweight champion of the world. Nobody cares. Nobody cares that he's going to fight Kubrat Pulev in Tottenham Football Ground. Nobody cares. Apart from if you're a Spurs fan. Nobody cares. People are more interested in seeing Derek Chisora fight Alexander Usyk. But as for Pulev v Joshua, nobody cares. Wilder versus Fury 3. Well, the thinking is Fury does it again. But wouldn't it be great if Wilder can come back from getting beat and then beat Fury? That's the sort of thing that champions are made of, yeah? Joshua did it. He came back and he beat Ruiz. But Mr. Social Distancing, whenever there's a big heavyweight fight and it doesn't involve himself, he's nowhere to be seen. Even when Wilder came to the UK to make the Fury fight, the unified heavyweight champion of the world practiced social distancing. So why now? Even if he makes his comment about being cut from a different cloth, yeah, Lennox Lewis and Anthony Joshua were cut from different cloths. Because Lennox Lewis, when he was WBC champion, he was chasing Evander Holyfield. You remember that? He was chasing Holyfield to become undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. He was everywhere. You remember when Riddick Bowe and Lennox Lewis clashed? You remember that? I'm gonna knock you out. You ain't gonna knock nothing out. Well, do it then. Do it then. You ain't doing shit. I never come off my feet. I'm gonna knock you out. You bum. You bum. You remember all that? You remember that? That's when Lennox and Bowe came face to face. And we saw right then, it was not hype. It was not false grudge matches or fake for the cameras. It was real. The two did not like one another. And we look forward to seeing Bowe and Lewis square off. Bowe had other ideas and threw the WBC belt in the bin. That was Bowe's prerogative, and he forever has regretted that move, I believe, deep down. Whether that was out of fear or he's been advised by Rock Newman, I don't know. But Bowe regretted that for sure. But here's Joshua taking a similar stance with social distancing. How can you now come out and start calling people X, Y, and Z when you yourself, when it came down to it, have been nowhere to be seen? That's my new name for AJ, Mr. Social Distancing. You can take it from me. It's an original. It's from me. I said it first. Mr. Social Distancing has suddenly become your friendly neighborhood unified heavyweight champion of the world that wants to fight all comers and will take it to the streets using the B word. You know, you don't use those kind of words and you only operate in them kind of actions if you're a man. See, if Fury said that, you could believe it because there's some substance behind it. Fury as a man will talk all sorts of nonsense to you, but he'll back it up. If Fury says he's going to fight you, he'll fight you, as he's proven with Klitschko, as he's proven with Wilder. This man, however, he says one thing, and then when it comes to looking for him at a big fight, he doesn't turn up to the party. He practices social distancing. So why now? Why now, Mr. Social Distancing, are you saying the things you're saying? I'll tell you why. Because A, nobody gives a damn about your fight with Pulev. 2, nobody really gives a damn about your unified heavyweight championship of the world. And 3, people were more excited at the fact that Andy Ruiz beat you. The potential of Ruiz and Wilder fighting for the undisputed title, people were more interested in that than the idea of you actually becoming champion again, because they knew it was going to be the same old social distancing rubbish that you've already given us. And you're back on it again. So, unless you're really going to fight Deontay Wilder, people haven't got time for it. People have become people who see through the rubbish, see what sort of a champion you've been in your first era, and have seen what you've done since you've become champion again. For whatever reason, you think it's smart not to turn up to big fights, which ruins the whole atmosphere. When you have Wilder and Ortiz, you know, looking at one another in the arena, and Wilder's looking across to Ortiz, and Ortiz is looking to Wilder, then you're building that up there. When Tyson Fury is storming the ring, even though he was drunk at the time, we knew what Fury was going through afterwards, through all that. But again, thank you, Tyson Fury, for showing us how a champion operates and doesn't believe in the whole social distancing thing. You know, if you want to do social distancing, just retire, don't fight. Get a replica of the belts and sit at home with the belts, and you can pick and choose which party you want to go to when you want to go to it. But when you're unified heavyweight champion of the world, and the world are watching you, and you are the other part of the thing that makes a person undisputed, and you're carrying on this manner, it's not good for business. And until this man comes back and actually fights and says, you know what, I'm the champion now, I've beat Ruiz, Fury step aside, or, you know, he's talking about Fury now, but he damn well knows that Fury's going to go and fight Wilder again. He damn well knows that. So stop talking. Stop talking. You know that there's no possibility of you fighting Wilder. Next, you know it's not going to happen. So now you're talking. Because you know Fury and Wild. You know what? You know what I'd love to do. You know, I'd love to see happen. I would love the Fury to say, you know what, Deontay. You know what? I understand the situation between yourself. You know, I'll step aside for a second. Let me go. You can go after Joshua. You can go after Joshua. Completely mess up the plans. And Wilder says, you want it? Let's have it. That'd be so funny. You watch how Mr. Social Distancing finds a way, him and his crew, finding a way of just of taking a back door and finding another way out of the way. Oh, we've got mandatories. We've got to fight Usyk, and we've got to fight Pulev. They'll run behind that. As soon as you put pressure on these guys, they'll run to their mandatories. We've got Usyk, the mandatory, and we've got Pulev, the mandatory, which is true. So, Mr. Social Distancing. I said it first. So, there we go. That's Mr. Social Distancing for you. Let's see what happens between now and the end of this lockdown. Just a bit of fun. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, and leave your comments as always. I'm out of here. Take care.